folks, it's me RJB from RJBTV, and we're going to be looking at the third game between Byul and Haeyoung. The score so far is 1 win for each player. So they've both played pretty damn well, and so far we've only seen Protoss against Terran wins. We have no wins for Terran yet. Protoss has been the victor every single game so far, which doesn't surprise me too much, because both players are absolutely amazing on Protoss. That is without a doubt true. And we did see that Haeyoung almost won the first game with his Terran, but Byul had a phenomenal defense. He had a phenomenal defensive streak in the mid-game where he managed to shut down Haeyoung's very powerful and well-controlled attack, and then punish him for his lack in producing and building more structures for, more macro. He simply fell behind in army supply and couldn't keep up, and then got dropped, and then just fell off the earth and was destroyed. And in the second game, it was kind of a rock, paper, scissors situation where Haeyoung just so happened to pick the counter strategy to what Byul was doing, and Byul then tried to cut a lot of corners and found himself in very dangerous waters that he simply could not get out of, and he got absolutely destroyed as well. So we have a middle spawn Haeyoung here on the teal Protoss, going for a Nexus first on a middle spawn location, which is a little bit risky against players like Byul, because players like Byul are just very, very good at these kind of openings that Haeyoung is doing. And as you can see, Byul is scouting the middle with actually a very... Ooh, I think he's going to try to bunker rush. He feels something is up. Oh, never mind. Never mind. He's going for a supply depot in the front. I thought he was going to scout with 2 SCVs. When a Terran scouts with 2 SCVs this early on, you can bet all your money on it that they are trying to kill the Protoss very early, because they're gambling on the Protoss going for a choke build order. And I thought that Haeyoung was going to go for a choke build order because he went for a Nexus first, and most of the time when you go for a Nexus first, you will see a Forge and a choke at the front here. But he goes for a triple gateway build order, which is actually weak against a triple barracks build order, but Byul goes for a double barracks build order, which in turn is weaker than the Nexus triple gateway build order, because now there will be more zealots than the Marines can handle. If he went for a triple barracks, he would probably have enough Marines to deal with the triple gateway. But in this situation, we might just see Haeyoung overpower Byul. But do keep in mind, Byul has the option to build a wall, and he is in fact building a wall, which should once again in turn be enough to deal with those zealots. So we are having, even though they haven't found each other yet, even though they have no information, they know nothing, we've already seen both players counter each other without any knowledge, which is kind of hilarious to watch. It's kind of hilarious to watch that they've countered each other a couple times already. Also in the previous video, someone said that the music sound was a little bit too loud, so let's sort of down 1 notch, just a little bit down, and see if that person in the comments likes this better than before. So the zealots do make their way through, and now, yeah, you can see, those zealots way stronger than the Marines. The bunker has protected the Marines, and some damage has been dealt to the zealots. But let's say if this was a completely different situation, where he didn't have the bunker in the front, those zealots would have destroyed a couple of Marines, and it would have been way, way different. The fact that they were in a bunker prevented a lot of damage. So Byul is taking no risks whatsoever. We do see a choke coming up now from Haeyoung. We have 1 more zealot there in the base. Might try to kill that SCV building a factor, because Stim on the way, still only on double barracks. Like, this is very greedy play here from Byul. Very greedy play. Very greedy play. Double barracks, he's trying to defend with the least possible. I would argue that if Haeyoung had not gone for a Cybercore, well, he could have gone for a Cybercore, had not gone for the double robo, and had then gone for 5 gateway, he could simply overpower Byul with Zealot Dragoon and win the game. Right here, right now. But I think Haeyoung made a suboptimal choice going for the double robotics here in the front. I think he made a suboptimal choice, because you can definitely just overpower a Terran with 5 gateways if the Terran has double barracks. You can just overpower them with gateway units and win the game very early. Like, it doesn't even matter if they micro well. There's just not a chance in the world that they will survive an overpowering force of gateway units. But because he goes for the double robo, he's giving Byul adequate amounts of time to properly prepare himself for whatever's coming with shuttle draws, because now there's a lower amount of gateway units. We're waiting for double shuttle and double reaver. He simply is not going to be able to downright overpower Byul. So Byul has now a window of time to build up and prepare himself, with the help of that additional command center to get himself more SVs on the minerals. He went for a very fast command center after double barracks. So yeah, the situation is looking good right now for Byul. It might still turn around to be against him and in favor of Haeyoung, but at the moment I'd say Byul, knowing what kind of player he is in a very good situation. He's in a very good situation. So we have double bunker in the front, we have zealots being produced, we have a control tower. So I am predicting a dropship. He's gonna probably try to, yeah, there's a dropship in production. He's gonna try to kill some of those probes. He scans. Let's really quickly look at what he scanned. He scanned the front. He saw, okay, so he saw this. That's a very good scan. He saw pretty much everything that he had to see. He saw the support bay, citadel, triple gateway, double robo. He knows exactly what Haeyoung is capable of. Very, very good scan. Now Haeyoung has the option to go from the front or the sides. There's a lot of options when you're fighting against a 12 o'clock spawn location. Zealots go in. Ooh, he has vision on the high ground? Ooh, he maybe overshot just a little bit. So he unloads, sends one zealot in to try and tank the shot, kills the tank. So he's now gonna change his mind, put a tank on the high ground. At first he wanted to go for a tank to drop a kill some probes, but because the tank here went down, he decided to adjust his plan and unload on the high ground. Reaver on the high ground gonna take down that tank. Oh, Reaver is gonna get picked up just on time, but it's very low HP. Both Reavers still alive, he's going into the base. You can see how close this is. Shuttle go, oh no, he made a big mistake. He should have unloaded the Reavers and he would have won the game. He would have won the game straight out. If those Reavers had unloaded and killed some Marines, the game would be over. There would be simply not enough for Gumdor Byul to defend himself, because you can see how close this is without those two Reavers participating at all. Like, they killed the choke. This is very close. It would take a miracle, an absolute miracle, for Byul to survive this, because this is a point where a lot of players would just straight up lose the game. How is he going to survive this? How? The zealots in his base, one Marine, one tank, 4 Marines in the front. There's almost nothing. More Marines are spawning. Haeyoung is building more gateways. So yeah, Haeyoung is smelling what I'm smelling, and that is victory. He smells that if I now transition into a gateway mass, I can overpower Byul. So that situation played out perfectly for Haeyoung. And Byul is going to have to pull some insanely good micro and macro to turn this around. Okay. Shuttle goes in, shuttle unloads one Reaver. It's only one Reaver, not two. And the tank goes down before the Reaver goes down, but the Reaver goes down to the raids. Yeah, the raids intercepting the shuttle there are, I think that's saved the game. If the raids did not intercept the shuttle, that Reaver shuttle would have destroyed Marines. Terribly. Like, absolutely destroyed them. But the raids, being mixed into defensive composition, allows him to minimize damage and salvage what was a horrible situation for him to be in. So Haeyoung sends out another attack. He's on 9 gateways, has almost no probe protection, so a tank drop would absolutely destroy him. But Byul knows that if he goes for a tank drop, he will not have enough units to defend. He needs tanks, he needs raids. Dropships will not help him out. So he's not going for a dropship, not going for a tank drop, because he's on such a bare bones defense at the moment. It would win in the game though. If he managed to land a tank drop, kill a couple of probes, and survive the coming attacks, he would probably win the game. Goes in there with the shuttle, Templar on the scene, Templar storming on both the tanks, but neither of the... Okay, one tank goes down because there was a zealot in the mix. Just misses a storm on Marines, and doesn't quite break through because he didn't kill that one tank. If he killed this one tank, he could probably break through with that small gateway army. But Haeyoung is playing this very well. He's playing this very well, and Byul is literally barely surviving. Barely surviving. he's very close to losing on most of these attacks. But, a big but, and I'm gonna acknowledge it because I like big buts. He has managed to weather the storm, and now he's actually at a point where I would say that he has stabilized. He's on 69 SCVs, that's pretty healthy. 120 supply, almost the exact same supply as Haeyoung, so he's healthy. 5 barracks, has some upgrades on the Marines as well. I think he's got level 1 attack. He's got some tanks, got bunkers, got raids, science facility, going for a fumbled attack there. Double drop there on the side, he'll try to fly in over this side here. There's nothing in between to intercept it. Goes in. Raids respond. Very quick response from Byul. Unloads, and he does not... Oh, Reaver unloads next to the SCVs, but the Scarab Bull, it killed 1. Okay, now he got a couple more kills, but it killed 1. Of all those stacked up SCVs, only 1 died. Every single SCV took damage. Every single one of these took damage. That's like 30 SCVs, and he killed only 1 of them. Okay, the Zealot is doing some work, though. That Zealot is doing some work, getting 1 kill apiece. Oh... So you just wind up killing about, I say, 12 SCVs in that attack. Could have been like 30. Very close call. Very, very close call. At this point right here. Very close. That could have been, and would have been, a game-ending Reaver Scarab hit. Because look at how low his minerals are. Very low amount of minerals. So we got level 2 attack on the way for the Marines. Level 1 attack for the tanks is on the way. Almost finished up. Actually, he's going for level 1 attack for air. And going for ship plating? He's going for air upgrades, and he's delaying the ground upgrades. That's an interesting choice. We've got a proxy base coming up here from Haeyoung. It's Stargates. I would have preferred him to place the Stargates here on the bottom, not here on the side, because this is kind of close to Byul's base. We got Dragoons in the middle. We got pylon for cannons. And the raid defense is really working out quite well, but it's been close. It's been all been very, very close. Drop comes in. Top left. Reaver unloads. It's too far away. Storms on his own Reaver. Hits some SCVs though. Wow, that's another 12 kills. I'm not sure why he stormed on his own. He tried to storm the raids, but hit his own Reaver as well. That didn't quite work out as planned, but he got some kills, and that still is something that was according to plan. Just, you always hope that it's going to be a game-ending drop. And storming his own Reaver certainly didn't help it, because maybe he could have gotten off 2 Reaver Scarabs instead of just 1. A lot of drop there on the top right. There's no Corsair in the mix to escort that in, but Corsairs are being produced now with this Stargate there in the front. We have 3 and 6, 9. We got 12 gateways in the main base. Steadily producing, getting more robos. He's on a pretty healthy amount of probes. His economy is looking good. Getting observers on the sides to detect those raids. Raids in the base are flying back and forth. Where are they? Here, in the middle. Getting more armories, level 1 attack for the ground. We have level 1 attack there for the air. Drop comes in over the top right. Templar is on the scene. Templar... No! No. Why didn't you storm on the SCVs? You were within range. Right here. It was right here. You could have stormed on the SCVs and won the game, but you stormed on the Marines. Drop from the top left. Shuttles get sniped. Templar's too far away, get sniped as well by the raids. Oh no, I think that Haeyoung just miscalculated massively. Massive miscalculation. I think he really could have ended the game because the SCVs were not moving to safety. They were sitting here on the minerals. It was right within range, right here. That's the first big mistake I've seen Haeyoung make. A micro mistake. Does it mean he loses the game? No, he still has a great chance to win the game because the economy of Byul is still in wild, dangerous waters, tricky waters. He's still very low on his economy, but he's spending very quickly as well. And his supply is in a good spot. His upgrades are pretty damn good as well. Almost 1-1 on everything. I think the Marines are actually on 2 attack. 2 attack, 1 armor, strong Marines. The Zealots are on 1-0-1. He's got 1 forge, 2 forge, 3 forge. Oh, that's his fleet beacon. Getting more gateways there on the top side of his base. Another drop there on the top right and a fly in. We're only 14.5 minutes in, but we've seen a lot of action already so far, which is a testament to the amount of skill both of these players have. Drop comes in, Marines in between, raids as well, turns around, changes his mind. Gonna push the engineering bay away first because he doesn't like having that extended vision. But look at this, he has tanks as well. There's a lot of extended vision here on the side for Byul. So he's gonna have to use a secondary drop. At this point, he has to weaken up the defenses first, and then go in for a bigger drop. I'd assume he would want to take care of the raids. They're already damaged. Most of them are damaged. A couple Corsair hits will take them down. We have Marines, dropships. Okay, so now we got the Robos in danger. Drop goes in. Or just turn around. Unloads. Gonna have to storm on the Marines there on the top corner. Templars on the... Oh, hits the SCVs really, really hard. I can't quite see the kills, but that was a great drop. He finally got him where it mattered most. Most of the SCVs and the minerals are dead and gone. Only 4 remain. Only 4 remain. Now we are in danger of losing those Robos, because tanks are the high ground. He's going to have to unload some Zealots on top of those tanks, and that is what he will do. He's going to clear that out without too much trouble. But it's annoying. Kill some cannons, kill some units on the low ground, and distracted him for a little bit. So now Byul is trying to recover with his 5 command center. That's 1 SV every 13 seconds or so. We have, I'd say, enough supply to survive with. He's got raids, more raids on the way. He's putting tanks there in the back, 150 supply, 46 SCVs. He is, I say, not in a great spot, but he's in a spot where he can definitely recover. Once again, shuttles coming in, kills the High Templar first, and the drop does not arrive on destination. Great Wraith control, the turrets of course helping out, and the tanks making sure that whatever unloads here on the side gets taken down quite quickly. So he's building more Corsairs, getting carriers as well. He's going for 5 carriers at the moment. And we have got double shielder on the middle. The tanks are... Ooh, more tanks on the high ground. The tanks are pushing into the middle. And they're pushing into this 9 o'clock base, where we are losing Robos and some cannons. I think this gateway and the Stargate are safe. We have cannons here. Maybe he's going to build shield batteries here. Okay, 7 gas. Upgrades on the ground. 102. Air 1-1. The air for Byul is on 122. Carriers spawn and they get taken down, but we got some Corsairs there ready to help out, but not going to be enough. There's no cannons here to help them. Okay, Byul has a lucky break. Byul has a lucky break. Carriers spawn and they get taken down, and this is what Haeyoung was switching into when it got taken down. It got taken down. That's a painful, painful delay in his evil plans to take down Byul. The raids have done their job. The raids have done their job. And I think it's in part because he built it here on the 9 o'clock instead of here on the bottom, where it's harder to find out. Now he's building it all the way on the bottom. He could also just build it here in his base and save himself the trouble of it getting scanned and being unprotected. So the Marines are coming out as well. Forces are fighting against the raids. Raids will... I'd say, yeah, these will probably... One stays alive. Oh, he tried to shoot it. Couldn't quite do it. I mean, he got like 1 HP. 4 HP. Pulls into cannons. So yeah, Byul has recovered because Haeyoung's plans got foiled twice in a row. Twice in a row his plans got interrupted, and that gave Byul so much time to recover his SCV count. He's now once again a healthy Commodore, a healthy bear, and he's gonna be facing a drop coming from a beautiful angle. Got some raids in between. Observers are on the scene. Courses are ready to fight the raids. Unloading the zealots. SCVs are splitting up into multiple directions, going to the bottom, to the left, and to the right. Templar on the scene. Templar can't storm because it has nothing to storm. Decides to storm on some Marines. The zealots are running back and forth, and they don't achieve too much. One more High Templar. Is he gonna do it? Come on, storm, storm, storm. Oh no, he decided to storm on the raids because he thought the SCVs wouldn't return fast enough. But the SCVs did return fast enough, and he doesn't kill any SCVs yet again. Once again, a suboptimal choice of storm placement. What I do like is these observers, they're in the base. So that means the raids will be detected on future drops. But at the moment, Byul has recovered. His minerals are still kind of low, but he's got the SCV, so he's got the income. It's just getting interrupted time and time again. So this proxy base, they're getting taken out. The Templars are going to try to save it. Got another proxy base on the bottom where carriers are being built. At this point, I'd say just send out a couple of gateway waves and unload some shuttles on those tanks. Like, just rely on the gateway. just rely on the gateway, it should be enough. It should be enough. You got a lot of gateways. You got 4, 2, and this was 12. Okay, maybe not that many. It's 18 gateways. It's not that many. So Byul decides to push out into the middle with 2-2 on the ground and 2-2 on the air. Almost 3-2 on the air. And the shuttles are... So 2-1-2 in the air for Haeyoung and 2-1-2 on the ground for Haeyoung. So he's a little bit behind with his upgrades, but he's very close to getting 3-3-2 on his ground. But he's at the moment not getting air upgrades, and that is in fact what he needs if he's going for carriers. So his carriers will be slightly behind with their upgrades compared to the Wraiths and probably the Goliaths. So that might be a point to keep our eyes out on. That might win Byul the game. Upgrades really do matter. But first, a couple more waves of gateway units to clean out the ground. We have carriers finisher on the bottom of the map. It's only 4 of them though, 2 more on the way. 4 more on the way. But it's still going to take a while before those carriers are operational. There's no shield batteries here on the side, so no healing of those shields either. Raid's now taking a forward position. I don't see any drops being sent out at the moment. He has a drop appeared though. Has a drop appeared. We do have a little bit of vision on the map. From those tanks put on hills, drop flying all the way around. It might just fly right into those tanks and be spotted, and the Raids will then intercept it. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Flies right into the tanks. Not on purpose, by accident, and that means the Raids move out to intercept. He decides to unload on top of the tanks to take them out, but will lose the shuttles as the Raids come swooping down and volley by volley murder the shuttles. So Haeyoung has been denied time and time again over the past 8 minutes. He was very, very close to winning the game multiple times in the first 14 minutes. And since then, he's playing well. He's playing very well. But Byul is just on top of everything. Byul is just on top of everything. Once again, Wraith and tank on the high ground. And they're doing a pretty good job of taking over this front section. I need a drink. Okay. So we have a total of 6, 7, 8 carriers, 4 more on the way, so we'll be on 12. Got Wraiths in the base, killing High Templars, forced to morph into Archons. And now the entire army that Byul has is moving into the middle, ready to take down Haeyoung. Haeyoung kills some of his own probes, down 62. He has got enough minerals to be able to afford that, so it was a wise choice. Still almost no cannons there in the back. And we got the carriers coming in, observer there in the back. Not a lot of observers. If the observer gets scanned, the carriers will get taken down. He finds the observer runs away, but means the Wraiths are still undetectable nonetheless. So he's gonna lose 2 carriers. Actually, he's losing multiple of them. Takes down the observer, no cannons, no observers in the front. Storming on the Wraiths. 1 Wraith survives. He's trying to hit it, hits it with targeting his own Corsair. So the Wraiths have been taken down, but now we got Goliaths and Ghosts entering the map in production. Here back at home, Ghost with Lockdown being researched. EMP on the way, so Science Festival should be entering soon as well. And yeah, he's down to 3 carriers. 4, 5. It's not much. More Wraiths coming in. Observers have returned back home, but at this point, the Goliaths and the Wraiths are stronger than the carriers. Haeyoung is falling apart. He's doing most of the right things, but this game is just so chaotic. It's all over the place, and I think he really tunnel visioned on the carriers. I think with gateway mass attacks on the front door, with shuttle unloads on the tanks on the high ground, he could have probably won the game. But some players have this tunnel vision that they believe they need carriers to win, that a simple gateway mass army is not going to do the trick. And I think Haeyoung was wrong. And Byul is getting deeper into that base. We have more Stargates now. We got 9 on the bottom and 1 at home, but the one on the front here at home not being used. So 9 carriers in total can be in production. He still has, I'd say, about 16 gateways, so he still has a nice flow of gateway units slowly coming out, but they get taken down pretty quick by those level 3 tanks. 3 attack, 3 armor, strong tanks, storms like Goliaths. Goliaths directly standing underneath the carriers, very far forward position. One carrier goes down. Now we've got an army going to the bottom to take down those stargates. Tanks arriving on the scene, carriers in danger. They might get intercepted by anything in between. Like these Goliaths shooting on the carriers as the carriers move up to the main base. Dark Templars are buying time. They're saving him at the moment. We got Ghost Energy coming up as well. And Wraith Energy. And Science Vessel Energy. That's it. Science Vessel Energy is on the way. More carriers still in production. He moved his carriers down to take care of those tanks, but the pylons are getting taken down. Everything is still powered up though, because we still have 2 pylons right here. This one is unpowered. Actually, 2 of them are unpowered. So cancels those 2 carriers. Takes down the tanks. He has 9 carriers at the moment, which should be enough. Although the preferable number is of course 11 or 12. Mixed in with High Templars courses and whatever else. Actually, there's one more here back at home. So he has 10 carries at the moment. One is low HP. Needs some shield batteries probably somewhere. Killed a lot of his own probes. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, I think it's okay to kill your own probes when you have like 12,000 to 15,000 minerals or more. But when you're below 10,000, killing your own probes, you burn through all that money really quickly. So the raids come in, snipes observers, but there's more observers in the back. Course are fighting, raids are going down. Observers might actually be a little bit too far away. Okay, the raids do go down. I think he killed 2 carriers. That's good. That's good. That's really good. Killed 2 carriers. Takes out the ground army as well, but he's... Both players... He killed his own SCVs as well. Both players are gambling. Both players are gambling very hard. Byul killed his own SCVs, and Haeyoung killed his own probes. Both players are on a low economy. Haeyoung, though, should... Oh, I think Byul is going to do this. Because usually you lose more tanks, more gateway units, than you lose tanks and Goliaths. Although he just clears an entire army there on the ground. So that's a big army back at home, though. This is a big Goliath tank army. A lot of raids. Vessels in the sky as well. I'd say at the moment, Byul has the better fighting force. But let's not call it too early. Let's not call it too early. Tanks to the high ground, gonna have to get taken down first. I would say send in the carriers first and take down those tanks at the high ground, and then move in with the gateway army. Raids coming in, snipes an observer. There's an observer number 2 on the scene there, though. Carriers going down very quickly. I think Byul wins this easily. Look at how quickly those carriers got taken down. Oh. Byul lost almost nothing at all. Haeyoung calls GG and Byul is the victor. Both players gambled on the small economy, big army play, and it turned out well for Byul. Byul was victorious. So Byul ends up winning another best of set once again. I hope you enjoyed this one. I thought this was a highly enjoyable best of 3 with a new face on the scene, and that new face on the scene proved that he is a worthy opponent. I liked his play. He just had a lot of bad luck in the second half of this game. The first half, super strong performance, a couple of suboptimal choices that cost him the win, but I think a lot of players would have made similar choices, even better players than Haeyoung. And in the end, could not keep up with Byul's, I'd say, oversight and self-control. Byul was on top of everything happening on the map and had an answer for everything that was there, on top of great control that allowed him to execute every single countermeasure he had in mind. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm tuning out. See you next time.